Hi, this is Heather Quintero, and today I'll be doing a presentation on my ePortfolio for the creative component portion of my Master's in Educational Technology at Oklahoma State University. The following is my ePortfolio. I provided a link to the website with the link to this video in my submission forms. As you can see, my ePortfolio consists of a basic color scheme. This is a concept that I learned within my courses on web development. Additionally, you'll see that all of the pages within my portfolio maintain a consistent color and also maintain consistent fonts and font sizes. The home page of my portfolio reviews who I am and what the site will be about. As you can see, you'll see a What You Find section at the top, highlighting key concepts throughout the site. Additionally, you'll see an About Heather section with a link to learn more. Towards the bottom, you'll find quick links to the showcase, my resume, and my goals and philosophies, also with brief descriptions on what is covered within these pages. As you can see, the header runs through as you scroll down, and it has a slight shadow to it to help it to stand out against the pages. Moving on to the About page. The About page starts off with a presentation of who I am personally, shows a slideshow of some of pictures of my family and some of the things that I hold true to, like my hobbies, my time with my family, and my activities outdoors. As you scroll down, it gets more into the professional side. It takes a look at my professional background and my educational background, showing how I came where I am today. And that's the remainder of this page. I provided a picture of when I accepted my initiation into the Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society as well. Moving on to goals and philosophies. So within my goals and philosophies page, I start off by having a hover over activity where you can look at my career objectives. This is what I place within my resume, and as you hover over, it'll change the picture. Scrolling down, I start off with my philosophy statement that also encompasses some of my goals. Some of the things that I touch on in here are things that I learned within my Master's of Education Technology course, and also information about my training and the philosophies that I hold when teaching. Coming down is a quick teaching strategy presentation. This is a video that I created talking about 3 core components that I hold to when I create my instruction. Going down further, you'll find goals for how to bring my philosophy objectives to life. This is looking at taking concepts touched upon at the beginning in the philosophies and also in the teaching philosophy section, and saying how I'm going to apply those in the years to come through additional education and also through my career within the library. At the bottom of the page, you can note that it has a Contact Heather, which will take you to the contact page, and also a link to my LinkedIn account. Moving on to my resume. My resume shows my experience, and I put it in a format to where it gives brief descriptions of each one of the positions that I've been in before. However, I also wanted to provide details on those jobs and the skills that I obtained there. So if you hover over each one, you'll see that it'll transition over to a positions experience, showing what things I learned there. And each one of these does the same. Coming down further beyond the careers, you find an educational section. This looks at my Master's in Educational Technology as the first, my graduate certificate second, and then coming over you'll see my bachelor's and my associate's degrees. I also included non-traditional certifications in education. So for instance, I'm a certified homebuyer educator. I also have a child development associate and am a licensed realtor. Coming down further, I thought it was important to include some of my educational memberships, like my initiation into Phi Kappa Phi, and also the Diverse Educational Leadership Academy course that I took at Northeastern State University. Continuing to my showcase, in my showcase, I start off with an explanation about web for learning, discussing how web is the new form that many people take for just-in-time training, and also how this can be used both formally and informally by instructors, and how it expands our scope to be able to reach those beyond our geographical area. This here will take you to a link to Financing Your Future, which is an educational website that I designed within one of my courses. Scrolling down, the next is Learning Through Engagement. This section discusses the importance of providing educational tools that allow us to engage our students. I gave examples of how this can be used. These are some of the creations that I have done within my prior classes, such as creating e-lectures that have embedded quick responses, storyboard lessons for multiple purposes, such as icebreaker activities and to use within lessons. I also created a Google tour showing geography lesson for Puerto Rico. Coming to the next section is Teaching Through Media. So within Teaching Through Media, I show a couple examples of how you can take stagnant lessons and bring them to life through multimedia. I show examples down here of an open educational resource video that I created using Adobe Spark. It's a very short video, but I also included right here a full presentation of Teaching in 360, which shows a 360 video creation that I made and coupled with a technology that allowed me to have push interactions describing different things within the 360 tour. Coming down further, you'll see an infograph that I created. I discuss in this section also the use of graphics as a way to organize the information to best present to the students. Continuing on to AECT. This is more of a paper format. This is talking about the influence of my master's degree in educational technology from OSU on meeting AECT standards for teaching. So within this, I go in and discuss the important concepts that I've learned within my classes. I give different examples for activities that were done within the class that reinforce the learning of these standards. I also go in and cite different texts that I've had within my program that have helped guide me towards these standards. As you scroll down, you'll see that each one of the standards is represented. And at the end of this is a reference list. The last page is my contacts page. The Contact Me page allows them to fill out a form that will email me and let them leave me messages. Additionally, I added my Connect to LinkedIn account again as well. Thank you for looking at my ePortfolio today. As a final thought on my Master's of Educational Technology, I'd like to say thank you to my instructor, specifically Dr. Asino and Dr. Penny, for all of the information that you've been able to give me in answering all of my questions. I also would like to mention that during my program, I worked closely on looking at instructional design and was very thankful to be able to be accepted into the Doctorate of Instructional Design course. With that, I'm using the skills that I've learned within my classes in my profession to be able to build instruction for library staff who will then be able to teach the public. I'm also going to be looking more into the HoloLens. We'll be having directors from the library coming in to look at that as an option for providing learning to the community. I'm very thankful for everything that I've learned within this class, and it's really given me a good foundation overall within my program on how not only to teach, but also how to design instructions and how to use tools and use the tools effectively. So thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed this presentation of my ePortfolio.